Capital Network's financial services analyst Farhad Changazi is on the line. Farhad, good morning to you. Good to speak.
Good morning.
Farhad, we're talking through Tavistock Investments. First off, give us a quick outline, if you would, about what they do.
Sure. Tavistock Investments is essentially an investment management company. It does have two distinct segments that it operates on, advisory services and investment management business itself. Now, it started off life in 2013, doing a number of acquisitions in the independent financial advisor space, providing business services to that space and also taking that in-house. The point of all this was to just try to source assets under management for the investment management business. So as I said, it started in 2013. It's got to the stage now where the acquisition side of things is complete and the focus now is very much on investment management.
Okay, so how have they been performing so far then?
Now, given the number of acquisitions they were doing, the company, in terms of earnings, has been loss-making. We'll talk about this a bit later, but it is coming to an inflection point now, as I said, because all the acquisitions you have to bed down. On the investment management side of things, which is what's going to drive flows going forward, because you do need a record of performance, they've actually been doing very well since inception, which was in September 2014. So since September 2014, all the portfolios that they manage have been outperforming the benchmark by 7 to 10%. As you know, the critical point for performance is 3 years, which we're coming up to now, towards the Q3 of this year. And after that, hopefully, the funds should gain more traction, given the performance they're booking.
Right, so should gain more traction. You say they're reaching an inflection point. Where do you see the opportunities for them?
Very much so in an acceleration of assets under management. Firstly, we will continue to see funds coming in from the advisory services business, especially, as I said, as they build this track record of performance. And the second thing is they have also made a new international hire, so that will expand what's happening on the international scene in terms of funds under management coming in. But the final point in terms of inflection is they are at a critical mass now in terms of investment management business. It's very lean. It's got only 8 people. And it utilizes very low-cost ETFs to construct their portfolio, so it's very data-intensive. Because of that, now it's a question of just putting as much AUM as you can through the pipes, and then you will get operational leverage going forward. So, just to give you an example, at the end of this financial year, 2017, we're expecting 20% of earnings before group costs, coming from investment management. By financial year 2019, that'll be around half of earnings before group costs as operational leverage kicks in.
Farhad, you mentioned Peter Horby there, the new he'll be heading up the international operations for Tavistock Wealth. Probably worth elaborating a little bit more. What more do we know about him?
He's been just recruited actually in April 2017. He was previously CEO of a specialist investment management company. So therefore, he does have a lot of contacts in this industry, particularly in terms of how to source funds. As I understand it, when I spoke to the chairman, there seems to be a good opportunity there to utilize international flows into the existing investment portfolios they've constructed in the UK. These are global portfolios, so you do get exposure wherever you want, but the construction is mainly in the UK. And his remit is by April 2019, so it's 2 years from since he's hired. He has to source 500 million of AUM under management, which, having again spoken to management, seems like is probably a conservative estimate, given his background and given his contacts in the industry.
Very good, Farhad. Farhad Changazi there, Capital Network's financial services analyst, talking through Tavistock Investments.